I have some Egypt news, but it's not that recent. It's only just been recently revealed. A recent article in the Baltimore Banner is telling the very cautious tale of collectors who are trying to purchase ancient Egyptian art online and then finding out that it has been illegally smuggled and illegally excavated in Egypt. The article specifically focuses on one man from the Baltimore area who has been a collector for many, many years, studied archaeology, went on a dig to Egypt, but has collected his own collection for quite a few years. And essentially, he was on eBay and he saw quite a few ancient Egyptian artifacts being sold by one seller. These included different ancient Egyptian shopties and amulets, and he was very keen to buy them from her. This woman, who was from Texas, claimed that these objects were part of her father's collection. And while this sounds a little odd, it technically means that there is more legality and that is more legal for her to be owning these, because at the time that her father may have collected these, there was no actual legal laws about exporting ancient Egyptian antiquities. These laws have now changed with the UNESCO 1970 convention, as well as in 1983 when Egypt declared all antiquities state property and outlawed all exports. So technically, if these pieces had left Egypt prior to 1970, then the legality of it is that they can be owned by that individual person and that they do not have to be sent back to Egypt. So this individual ended up buying these objects for about $2,000, and he bought 8 pieces specifically. And he did think that this was pretty low for that. And there's also the possibility that these are fakes, because fakes are kind of appearing into the art market, and we can go into that in a much more detailed video later if you'd like. Unfortunately, what happened is that he never got his packages and the FBI called him as they had intercepted one of the packages that was meant to go to him. And it turns out the pieces were not coming from Texas, but they actually were coming from Thailand. The images of these artifacts were sent to Egyptologists who did confirm that these do appear to be legit Egyptian artifacts, but are possibly those who have been recently looted. And the grand scheme of it is it seems that these were illegally excavated in Egypt, somehow made their way to Thailand, where they were put up on eBay with the false pretense that they are actually already in America. Now, I will say, this is all going on in 2020, but this has only been recently revealed because only in September did the federal prosecutors in Baltimore file the forfeiture papers to the U.S. court in Maryland. This is turning out to be a much larger case than I think they even realized, as it now appears that these objects are being illegally excavated in Egypt, sent to Asia, and then to buyers in North America. This statue behind me was not bought by this particular person from Baltimore, but was caught in this scheme. And it is an Old Kingdom statue worth about estimated $6 million. And they intercepted this statue en route from this group called the Fada Trading Company Limited from Bangkok to Canada. This in general is just a big warning to people who want to continue to collect ancient Egyptian artifacts that they find on the internet, because there's essentially only 2 scenarios that you're going to encounter: either that they are completely fake and they are being pawned off as real, or you are buying real artifacts which might have a really bad provenance and have possibly even been looted as recent as the past couple years.